We're going to talk right now about a very important concept in the business insurance world. And it's a phrase, very common phrase. It's called sharing of numbers. In most negotiations for products or services, it can be effective to actually share the quote of one bidder with another bidder. If you're shopping for a truck and you like one auto dealer significantly more than you like another auto dealer, by sharing the number of the dealer that you don't like with the dealer that you do, you can probably drive pricing down a little bit. This is largely because the margins are quite narrow. If one dealer is at $22,500 for the truck, another dealer is at $24,000. If you tell the dealer at $24,000 that you have a quote at $22,500, there's a good chance that dealer will come down some, maybe all the way to $22,500, and you can work with the dealer that you prefer. In insurance, it's very counterproductive. However, it's very common. And so we need to explain it this way. We've said before that pricing is very subjective and very fluid for business insurance, and clients see this. When they get quotes, they'll get a quote for their auto insurance, and they'll have one quote that's at $27,000, another quote at $43,000, and another quote at $60,000, all over the map. And that's because underwriters are forced to try to predict future losses. They have to price their product today, but the cost of the product won't be known until all the losses are in sometime in the future, and sometimes many years from now. So in this environment, pricing is very fluid, very negotiable, very subjective. And so it's very easy for an underwriter, in the face of competition, if they have basically the gun to their head, and if the underwriter has a quote at $58,000 and they learn that there's a quote out there at $46,000, now the underwriter has to make a decision. Gee, how strongly do I really believe in this $50,000+ quote? Because in reality, nobody really knows what the future losses will be, and hey, maybe this account deserves more credits after all, and if I don't give it more credits, I'm going to lose the bid, so okay, I'll come down to $47,000 on this one. So that's what happens all the time. And when clients share numbers, which is very common, this is what happens. An underwriter who is high ends up being much lower. The underwriter who set the low watermark, the underwriter who actually came in with the first quote that was so low, ends up not winning the business. And every broker and every underwriter has been through this scenario many, many times. When they've worked very, very hard in an account, they put up a really good quote, only to be frustrated when that quote was shared with another broker and another underwriter, and they didn't end up winning the business. The client benefits because they got the benefit of the reduction in pricing that low quote, the original low quote, represented, but the broker that presented the quote and the underwriter that actually delivered that quote, they didn't win the business. They don't get paid at all. So every broker and every underwriter has been through this scenario many times, and good brokers go through it more often than others because they are the ones delivering low pricing more consistently. So it has ramifications that are negative for the client, including clients who don't share numbers. And those ramifications largely are reflected in the fact that quotes are delivered very late. We hear very, very consistently from clients that they get frustrated because they don't see quotes until the very last day, usually. And that's the reason why. Brokers don't want to put a good quote on the table simply to be the leverage that drives somebody else down, not allowing the broker that put the good quote on the table to get paid. And so that's the ramification. It impacts all clients in the industry. So in the next video, we're going to talk about why you should not share numbers and what the benefits are.